6 weeks ago, I broke my dominant hand. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I've been using AI and technology to navigate my current situation, remain productive, and get things done. Hopefully you won't need to use it for the same reasons, but you may be able to take what I'm doing today and implement it into your own life to be more productive and more efficient. First of all, I just want to start off by saying that I know how lucky I am that while this is temporary for me, there are people with disabilities, injuries, and more for longer periods of time, if not their whole life. And I don't want to diminish that in any way. So my goal here is to share with others how I've modified my workflow with the help of AI and technology to try and remain as productive and efficient as possible. A lot of these things I was already using, I've just modified them to work for my current situation. And there may be even better ways of doing the things I've been doing. So let's get into it. So the main thing I'm going to talk about here is how I use my computer. First things first, I've been using Logitech mouses. This is the mouse I've been using, but it's mapped to the right hand. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I found a used Apple Magic Trackpad for like 25 bucks. In perfect condition, and I've been using this as my main mouse. Now, there's a few things I do whenever I get a new Mac, and it's been really useful now. First thing I do is I turn on secondary click and I put it in the bottom right corner. The second thing I do is I turn on tap to click, and the other thing I do is in accessibility, dragging styles, and I turn this on, dragging style, 3-finger drag. And it's really easy just to drag anything with 3 fingers. I recommend turning that on anyways. But now besides that, a few months ago for the holidays, my brother bought me this thing, which is a Bluetooth shortcut remote by XP Pen. I'll put it up on the screen. Basically, you could map out each of these buttons to do different things based on the application you're in. You could map keyboard shortcuts to them, but now I mapped all of my shortcuts that I usually use on my keyboard to this. And that's because the keyboard's really big and it's hard to hit all the keys, especially when you're trying to hit Command, Shift, and P with your left hand. And there's tons of different things like this on the internet. This is just one that I got and it's been very, very useful. Okay, this is the big one. Apple Dictation. It's alright. It doesn't work so great all the time. And I have to emphasize how lucky I am to have Aqua Voice sponsoring this channel. Since before I broke my hand, I've made videos on Aqua Voice. I'll link one above. I'm using it in vibe coding. I'm using it in writing messages, writing emails, dictating my thoughts. There's so many things I do with it. And by the way, I mapped my Aqua Voice trigger to this button on my shortcut remote. Just to give you an example how this works. I'm going to trigger Aqua Voice with my shortcut remote. Hey Sam, congratulations on the release of Codex CLI. It's a really cool tool. No. Congratulations on the release of Codex UI in ChatGPT. I know it's an early version, but I'm going to keep playing. No. I know it's a research preview, but I'm going to keep playing with it and I'm excited for what's to come. By the way, about 2 months ago, you mentioned that you were going to add. About 2 months ago, you tweeted that MCP support would be added to ChatGPT desktop, and we have been impatiently waiting to get that support. With everything going on with Anthropic, I think now is the time to pull the trigger and give us MCP support. Thanks, Jared. Okay, so you just saw how I dictated a message, changed it as I went, then processed it, knew how to correct the mistakes, and put it into this email. And I'm doing this for everything. So very, very powerful, and I just want to thank Aqua Voice because it has been indispensable for me. And I'll put a link to Aqua Voice and all the other things I'm talking about in the description below. But here's the thing, Aqua Voice only works on my computer. Apple Dictation, as I mentioned, isn't that great. So let me show you the workaround that I've been using when I'm not at home. And that is opening up ChatGPT and pressing the little microphone button here. So now I'm doing a video about how I'm using AI and technology with a broken hand, and I'm demonstrating how I'm using ChatGPT's built-in voice transcription. And the reason I'm doing that is one of the first things that OpenAI released was Whisper, and Whisper is one of the best speech-to-text models, much better than Apple's built-in dictation. So what I do when I'm away from home is I'll open up ChatGPT, I'll use the dictation, and then I'll copy and paste that into wherever I'm trying to input the text. The next thing I'm going to talk about is automation tools. In the past, I've used Zapier, I've used Make.com. For the last few months, I've been using N8N. N8N is pretty much a no-code drag and drop automation platform. It's very powerful, it's very customizable. I've been using it a lot to automate my processes. That can be classifying emails, working on titles, creating pictures. Something else that has been so helpful for me in this time has been MCP servers, and I talk a lot about them on this channel. I'll drop a link to the MCP playlist somewhere on the screen. Basically, MCP servers give LLMs like Claude the ability to work with other tools, and the possibilities here are endless. You either use third-party MCP servers or build them yourself, and I've made a video on building MCP servers as well. And I use a lot of different MCP servers. One I use, for example, is Notion, and what I can do is talk with it about my task list. So let's trigger Aqua Voice. What's on my to-do list in Notion? So Claude just looked at my Notion and told me what's on my to-do list. Diversify videos, ship more videos every day. So I'm just trying to show you that when all these things come together, you're a lot more efficient instead of going through everything by hand. Okay, next thing I want to talk about things I've been doing while I'm out on the go. First of all, ChatGPT's advanced voice mode. You've probably seen it before. I actually made a shortcut for my action button where I hold it down on the side and it just opens up advanced voice mode. And I can just talk to it. It's good for bouncing ideas, it's good for learning things, for getting new information. Number two, because I'm not able to work out right now, I'm trying to go on more walks. So besides using advanced voice modes, I've been downloading PDFs, articles, or doing deep research, and I've been putting that into Notebook LM. And I did a video on Notebook LM. I'll put a link to that video on the screen as well. Essentially, you could put all these documents or sources into it, and then it will create a podcast. It's a really cool way to learn things on the go. And last but not least, I should probably do a video on these guys. People ask me about these all the time. These are the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. I've had them for over a year. There's so much to talk about with them. They have been so useful. And in short, they are my glasses for indoor and outdoor. They transition to sunglasses when I go outside. I use these glasses instead of headphones because they are speakers that are aimed down in my ear. Really good quality. The microphone on these glasses is also really good, better than AirPods. People can hear me all the time. It doesn't sound like I'm underwater, which is a problem most people have with AirPods. There's a camera built in so I can take pictures and record video. And all I have to say is, hey Meta, take a picture. I don't know if you saw the light flash there. And there's also AI built in, so I can say, hey Meta, what's better, In-N-Out or Shake Shack?
In-N-Out is known for its simple menu and high-quality ingredients, while Shake Shack offers a broader menu and a modern-day roadside burger stand experience.
I heard In-N-Out. Anyways, I love these glasses. I wear them all the time. I have less things to put in my pocket, less things to carry around. They've been very useful for me over this last 6 weeks as well. So that's how I've been using AI and technology over the last few weeks. I hope you found this video helpful or insightful. Maybe it will help you think of creative ways to improve and optimize your workflows. So thank you guys for watching and have a great day.